Hello, my name is James. I'm part of the Q4 2025 DTS, and I just got back from my outreach in North Africa. I'd love to share a testimony that I experienced on this trip of just seeing God answer prayers. It was about halfway through the trip when I was feeling convicted about how I carried my conversations with the Muslim population in that area of Africa. I'd been given a book about sharing the gospel with Muslims, and it was giving me a lot of good information on how to carry those conversations. And I just felt so ready. I was like, God, I just want to share. Like, I just want to spread your good word. So as I was reading the book, I just prayed, God, would you let me have good conversations with Muslims on this trip? Would you let me see a Muslim come to faith? Would you let me ask a Muslim, what's stopping you from following Jesus? And that night we had refugee home visits that we went to. And these home visits were typically not with Muslim people. They were with Christians. But as we got there, one of our local translators told us that we would actually be able to visit Muslim people in the home visits. So we got to this person's house. I was immediately feeling like, okay, God, I know you're going to move. I just don't know what you're going to do. So I was so excited. We went in, and a previous team had actually visited that woman and had given her a Bible. So I asked her, how's your visit with the team before? And she said that they prayed for her and that every single prayer that they prayed for her was answered. That was crazy for me, hearing that from someone who does not believe in Jesus as God. So I asked her, do you believe that if you prayed to Jesus right now, he would answer your prayers? And she responded yes. So I got to ask her the question that I'd prayed to God hours earlier, maybe 3 hours earlier, that I would be able to ask someone. And I said, what's stopping you from following Jesus right now? And her answer was faith, which was heartbreaking to hear, honestly. So her name just was in my head after that. I just kept on praying for her. She had told me that she went to church, but she had stopped going because of her job and being unable to. So I was just praying, God, would you give her Christian friends in her life? Would you let her go to church? And we were actually given the opportunity to visit her one more time. And I asked her, how has it been? Have you been able to go to church? Have you been able to meet these friends? And she said yes. So every prayer that we prayed for her was answered as well. So I just asked again, we asked, would you like to give your life to Jesus? And she said yes. So we just walked her through that prayer. My friend who was with me was able to walk her through that prayer and what it looks like to follow Jesus. And now she's a believer, and I still keep her in my prayers, but now she's a believer. What I'm so thankful for about that experience was that God answered every single prayer. He answered my prayers to ask that question. He answered my prayers to see a Muslim come to faith. He answered the prayers of the team before, and he answered our prayers while we were sitting with her. So I just want to let you know that, like, every single time you pray, God hears that prayer. Even if you aren't able to see it, like the team that went before us, they have no idea what happened to her. They don't know that she accepted Jesus in her life. And we wouldn't have known the impact that our prayers would have if we didn't go back a second time. So just keep on praying, even if you don't see the results, because God's working 24/7.